host of the Gridiron.
All right. So now we got some key dates here. This is not like the like the regular season. Week 1 you got game 1, week 2 you got game 2, week 3 you got anything like that. This is there's a lot of little things going on. A lot of little things. A lot of key dates, right? From now until what was it? About the middle of June. A lot of little key dates kind of going on here. So let me read these up here. This is it. All right, key dates to mark on your calendar. Okay, here we go. All right, so the Super Bowl and the 2024 NFL season is over. Thank God. And fans are jonesing for the next phase in the never-ending story that the NFL has become, which you gotta like. Really gotta like. Do not fear. There's plenty on the horizon to hold your interest, and that's why I love. I mean, obviously they're doing it on purpose, of course. But hey, you gotta love it. It's always keeping your interest. Always giving you something, right? Always giving you something. So next weekend, the NFL Scouting Combine will be held at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Okay, the schedule is as follows: Thursday, the 27th, defensive linemen and linebackers. Friday, February 28th, the defensive backs and tight ends. Saturday, March 1st, quarterbacks, wide receivers, and running backs. Now, of course, we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, and then Sunday, March 2nd, will be the offensive lineman. Now, of course, you always have to wind up saying, waiting and seeing and all this. I'll go to the combine. I'm just going to weigh myself. That's it. I'm not going to throw balls. I'm not catching balls. I ain't running no 40. That might cost me some money. I'm not benching, or I'm not doing this. I'm not. So I have to wait and see. But there are some guys that will actually show up and have actually perform. Right? The one thing I do like and I admire about the guys who come to the combine, and show up and all of that and everything. The one thing, it's a word. It's called adversity. Right? It's what are you going to do? You're in unfamiliar territory, unfamiliar this, that. How are you going to perform? Right? And I can understand. Right? Like, anybody, quarterbacks or wide receivers, wide receiver, wants to have his own pro day. He's supposed to go in the top 5 or something like that, I want a quarterback I'm familiar with. I want familiar surroundings. I want to be on my turf, my stadium, my coach calling the plays, passes coming from my quarterback. I'm familiar. Right. But it said you got to give the guys a lot of credit, who just coming in, and doing what they can, whatever the circumstances are, because once again, it's called adversity. Right. And, check it out. Right. But, things aren't always sunshine and roses when you're playing football. Right. It's not like, you can't have. Every day is not a pro day when you're playing in the NFL, right? So there's always going to be some adversity. So I give a lot of credit to a lot of the guys that obviously show up and just go out and ball out in the combine, right? They do all the drills and everything like that. And they try to do as best they can, right? Give those guys a lot of credit. So the Giants will particularly be interested in Friday's session, as they are heavily in the market for a quarterback this offseason. Now, once again, right? I'll have to wait and see. Who's throwing? Is Shador going to throw there? Is Ward going to throw there? Is Jackson Dart going to throw there? That would be interesting, right? So if the Giants aren't high on one of those guys, we're going to, Jalen Milroe, Dart, one of those other guys, right? The day after the combine on March 4th, but that would be 2 days after the combine. The deadline for clubs to designate franchise or transition players expires at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard New York time. Giants are not expected to use either tag this season. I mean, they had, some things were kind of floated around, like, do they think that maybe they might, which I don't think, as far as maybe tagging Darius Slayton, no. So this year looks like will be franchise tag free for the New York Giants. The league new year begins at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York time, on Wednesday, March 12th, which also is the salary cap, which will be set, and all teams will be required to be under the number, which has not been formalized yet. This week, the NFL announced the cap will be somewhere between $277.5 and $281 million. So, nice bump up from the year before. Giants are expected to have approximately $53 million in available cap space to use on free agent deals and current player contract extensions. The legal tampering period begins on Monday, March 10th at noon. So we got what? Soon to be the 24th, so 24 to 5 or 6 or 7 or 8, 5. So about 15 days, right? While the legal tampering, like I said 3 weeks, 2 weeks, like 2 weeks while the legal tampering. Guys can't sign contracts with their new team until that Wednesday, March 12th, but the legal tampering on the March 10th. So we can start. Clubs are permitted to contact and enter into contract negotiations with the certified agents of players who will become unrestricted free agents upon the expiration of their 2024 player contracts at 4 p.m. New York time on March 12th. So expect Giants general manager Joe Schoen to be very active once again in the free agent market. Giants will be seeking help at quarterback, cornerback, interior defensive line, and even wide receiver. What's up, buddy? Come on, Bill. More key dates. Then we have toward the end of March 30th to April 2nd, annual league meeting, Palm Beach, Florida. Rule changes and other major issues will be discussed. April 16th, deadline for clubs to time, test, visit, interview, or conduct a physical examination with a draft-eligible player at its club facility. April 21st, offseason workout program can begin for teams with returning head coaches. April 23rd, deadline for clubs to time, test, visit, interview, including video and phone calls, or conduct a physical examination with a draft-eligible player at any location. And then, of course, April 24th to the 26th is the NFL draft, which this year will be Lambeau Field. Well, no, I don't know that, but it's going to be in Green Bay. So they're going around the circuit, and this year it's going to be in Green Bay. I'm sure they'll do a phenomenal job. People out there in Wisconsin are absolutely fantastic people. The NFL will announce the awarding of compensatory draft picks sometime during the first week of March. So maybe not this week, but by maybe next weekend. If not next weekend, that following week, we'll find out. Hopefully, the Giants supposed to, I think, have a. Somebody, all right, pal? Supposed to get a fourth round, hopefully compensatory pick. So that'd be fantastic. The Giants could be active in the trade market. A rumored deal for a veteran starting quarterback could become a reality. So we're going to be talking about one of those in just a moment. Well, actually, we're going to be talking about two of those coming up. Just a few moments here. Giants will also look to trim the fat on their own roster, restructuring contracts where they can, and perhaps even letting some players go. Giants have until May 1st to exercise the fifth-year option on two of their 2022 first-round picks, Kayvon and Evan Neal. They are expected to pick up Thibodeau's option, and I would be shocked if they picked up Neal's option. Shocked, but Kayvon, yes, absolutely. Neal's, no. I mean, is it the Giants coaching who just can't? I mean, if we pick Neal up and put him on the Philadelphia Eagles, he'd probably be a guard. He might be an all-pro guard because they have great coaching. So who knows? But the Giants, if they let Kayvon go, I mean, has he been as unbelievably amazing as we would kind of hope? No, but has he been decent enough? Oh yeah. I mean, if they let him go, I mean, they'd just be just stone cold crazy. I'll tell you. So look for them to pick up Kayvon's fifth-year option. Plus, like that, I mean, they'll be saving themselves some money for the 5th year, right?